Hey, what's up? It's me, Jessica J, and I was just wondering if you've ever sat and thought to yourself, Jessica, how do I get her to approach me for once? Milo! Well, if so, I'm glad you asked, because today I'm gonna talk about 3 things you could do to get women approaching you when you're out and about without you having to talk to them. And to make sure you never miss out on another opportunity to find out how to get women make moves on you or another one of my videos, don't forget to hit that subscribe button with that notification bell. Well, I'll tell you right now, I rarely talk to people when I'm out and about. I'm rarely out and about because people terrify me. But I've noticed for the people that I breach a conversation with, or with whom I breach a conversation, there's one common theme that'll help you getting women approaching you instead of you having to do so yourself. And because I know y'all are always eager to hear ways about how women can start taking over and doing more of the work in the whole seduction dance, let's cut right to number 1. Well, yeah, the theme. I'll talk about the theme at the very end and how you can implement this habitually in your everyday life. Ingrain it into memory. Make sure that it's now happening on autopilot so that women come at you everywhere you go. So you go right into Pound Town with them. Okay, sorry, number 1. The first way to get women to approach you is to use your face. I notice men are so much more comfortable approaching me when I do this, and I notice I always approach people or even men who do this to me. So for instance, about a decade ago, I was up in the club and I was waiting online to get my drink order because I'm only 4'11", and for as loud as you'll take me on here, I do get drowned out by the drum and bass. So I'm sitting there on this line and I see this guy along the way who is also on this line. I don't even remember what he looks like, but he looks at me and he does one of these. Signaling that, like, girl, are you as annoyed as I am right now? So then I respond with one of these. And then he responds with one of these. And then I respond with one of these. And before you know it, him and I are in a full-on conversation with just our fucking faces. Then out of nowhere, he just stops. I just stop. We get our drinks. And then I'm like, what happened? So then I find him later on and I shove him and I'm like, what's up? You're supposed to find me so we can talk shit. But it is in that communication, it is in that nonverbal connection where I now felt comfortable enough with this person. I felt connected enough and I felt compelled enough to go chase him down and be like, what gives? We're in a relationship now. It was definitely a good time the rest of the night. I'll just say that much more. Woo! So use your face. That is your first line of communication. And when women feel comfortable and connected off of the shared environment y'all have with one another, we will feel so much more inclined to come after you. The second one is talk to people in her vicinity. Fine, if you're fully aware of the fact that when it comes to super hot chicks you want to talk to, you know that your approach isn't necessarily on point, but you know you're perfect enough with anyone else who isn't a woman you want, then open the conversation with somebody in her vicinity. When she sees how capable you are of connecting with other people, when she hears other people comfortable with you, engaging with you, she will feel that comfort and connection as well, and again, feel compelled to open you up as well. I can't tell you how many times dudes will come and talk to somebody standing right next to me and I'm like, why am I not included in this conversation? And then I'll just kind of assert myself if they seem like they're having a grand old time. Energy is contagious. Period. I'm telling you right now, your energy is contagious. So if you open somebody in her vicinity with that super warm, super friendly, gregarious energy, she is going to feel that not only from you, but from the person next to her. And, everybody loves a good Amazon review. If it looks like that person's having a grand old time talking to you, we're going to want to have a grand old time talking to you too. So if you know approaching isn't your forte, but you're really good with approaching anybody else, then talk to anybody else standing around her. I'm telling you, she won't be able to help herself. Now, the third one is actually the secret sauce behind number 1 and 2. And if you just do this all the time in your regular, everyday out and about, women will feel drawn to approach you whenever you're out and about. So in the beginning, I talked about this overlying theme I notice when I'm approached by men or approached by anybody in public, or when I feel okay enough to approach people in public, and that's when I feel just completely relatable to them. Here's the thing, what makes us all feel comfortable enough to talk to anybody is feeling like we can relate to them. I'll tell you right now, I approach every Filipino I know out and about with the knowing nod. For reference, the knowing nod nods up, the not knowing person nods down. In fact, let's make that a bonus one. If you see a chick you really like in public, if you nod up, she'll automatically think you guys know each other or you have a connection, and she'll be like, oh my God, I guess he knows me. How does he know me? Does he know my soul without me knowing my soul? Oh my God, I need to have him. So that's a bonus one for you. But going back to being compellingly relatable, the way to do this is to constantly speak about your personal relevant experiences in the moment, which is the pinnacle of my Speak Spark Arousal system, and it's what I hammer into every single client who comes through my Spotlight Speed Dating program, is knowing how to be completely relatable every time you open your fucking mouth so that you don't necessarily have to talk more, but you are creating that much more of a connection with anybody you come into contact with everywhere you go. So if instead of when somebody asks you, oh, how are you doing today? Instead of being like, I'm fine, you can be like, to be honest, it took me 4 hours to get here. I don't even remember what I came here for, but now that I'm here, can I have a chocolate chip cookie? Being that fucking honest and that fucking personable and that fucking relevant will always make people feel that much more related to you. And that's what makes people comfortable enough to talk to you. It's what makes them feel compelled enough, because when they feel it in their bones that, oh my God, I also have had experiences like that, they will inadvertently want to connect with you. So if you don't yet know how to be personal and relevant in a habitual way so that it's on autopilot with women now approaching you on autopilot, don't forget to check out the first 2 modules in my Speak Spark Arousal system at speaksparkarousal.com. Where no, I'm not gonna tell you that you have to change who you are. I'm just telling you how to change how you are, how you present yourself to the world, how you talk and engage with or don't engage with women. Because at the very least, if you don't have the women you want right now, chances are you are not actually putting yourself out there. And I'm not talking about go and be vulnerable about your deepest, darkest fears and your traumas. Something as simple as, it took me a long ass time to get here, I forgot what my order was, can I please just have a chocolate chip cookie? That is the amount of vulnerability you're gonna need to give. It's the simplest thing ever, and I teach you exactly how to do it on autopilot, because that's the stuff that we women are looking for in regards to being able to open you up, is feeling comfortable and connected to you. So again, check it out right now if you have not yet, speaksparkarousal.com. Thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you guys next time.